The splendor of the King.
Welcome to Brunch with Dr. Wilson, a radio ministry of Faith First Educational Assistance Corporation.
How great is our God. Sing with me, how great is our God. And all will see how great is our God.
Now, with today's program, here is Dr. Wilson.
Thanks so much for joining me again for Brunch with Dr. Wilson. If you are joining us for the very first time, we certainly do thank you for tuning in once again. And we have an exciting broadcast for you today. You are in for a treat. But as a first-time listener, let me tell you how Brunch with Dr. Wilson is supported. It is supported by the wonderful donors of Faith First Educational Assistance Corporation. And if you've never heard about Faith First before, let me give you its threefold mission. It's a hefty one. Number one, we put money in the hands of parents so that they can make a choice for Christian school education. And that is pre-K through 12th grades for their children. And secondarily, we educate parents so that they are actively engaged in the lives of their children, but not just the lives of their children academically, but also concerning the public policy that affects that child's academic progress. And then this radio broadcast, Brunch with Dr. Wilson, always shares a word from the scriptures so that those parents would be able to model a life of faith before their children. And then the third component of what we do is we come alongside the local church school to help that school either renovate and or build or whatever is necessary so that they can retain the students in whom they've already made an investment. And in some instances, even recruit additional students. There you have it. It's a hefty mission. And we're looking for donors. We're looking for supporters. We're looking for like-minded individuals who have the same burden that we do to help put children under the life-changing gospel of Jesus Christ. And this radio broadcast, Brunch with Dr. Wilson, is our vehicle to let you know what is going on day by day with Faith First Educational Assistance Corporation. Well, as I said, we have an exciting broadcast for you today. I've been talking for the past several weeks. If you've been listening, I've been talking about our wonderful, wonderful interns from the University of Pennsylvania. And then we also have an intern that is with Wilmington State University. But today we have two of them with us, both from the University of Pennsylvania. And you will get to hear from them because I'm sure if you have looked at our website, you can see that someone is doing something there to keep it updated, to make sure that you know what we're doing, to see some of the wonderful children that your dollars are supporting. And so I want to introduce to you without any further delay our two wonderful interns attending University of Pennsylvania in the city of Philadelphia. So if you're a Virginia listener and you're listening, you're going to hear from our Philadelphia interns today. So the first one I want to talk with you would be Sine Allen. And Sine is the student that I told you years ago when we helped Beulah Baptist Church to start their Christian school. Sine was one of those kindergartners that came into the school. And I'm going to let her tell you where she is in her educational track. Sine Allen, thank you so much for joining us today. Please tell our listeners more about what you're studying and what you have done to enhance Faith First this summer.
Hi, Dr. Wilson. Thank you for having me today. Once again, my name is Sine Allen. I will be a senior at the University of Pennsylvania. I'm studying biological basis of behavior, which is a mixture of psychology and biology, in hopes to go to veterinary school. I'm also minoring in creative writing, so hopefully I can tie that into my work with animals.
Wonderful. Now, what types of things have you been doing? Both you and Danielle have worked wonderfully together to do some things to help Faith First to expand its mission in promoting our organization, helping us to solicit donors. Would you tell our radio listeners what you've been actively involved in over the summer for Faith First, please?
Of course. So once again, I do enjoy writing. So I started out with the newsletter. So the purpose of our newsletter was for June 2014, and it was to increase the visibility of Faith First, to showcase and to thank some of our staff and tell our story as an organization, and to give donors real stories so they can meet our families, they know more about what we do and why we do it. I've also been working with the blog, which has been a lot of fun. I was able to update WordPress, so we have a lot of fun colors. They match our color scheme on our website as well, which has been great. We added a mobile theme, so you can use it on your phone, and we've also added buttons to see how many people like our posts. So if you just go on there, if you like it, we know if we should add that type of material or we should change it up a little bit. Also with the blog, we have begun to start Faith First Fridays, which has been a success in our eyes. Faith First Fridays is also, in a way, like the newsletter, to give donors and to give our parents and our supporters a little light into what we do and why we do it. So Faith First Fridays was created to give our families, schools, and supporters a way to put faces to our mission. People connect more with the cause when they can see just who it's affecting directly. So Faith First Fridays we use as a spotlight to recognize outstanding students and families, to celebrate the successes of our schools, and to thank and acknowledge our supporters and donors, and also to introduce our staff a little bit. Our social media sites as well have been added onto our blog, so Danielle's going to talk a little bit more about that.
Wow. Well, let me ask a couple of questions before we turn it over to Danielle. With the Faith First Fridays, you featured some of the children who have been recipients from the scholarship program?
Yes.
And who have those children been?
So we featured the Williams family. Mother Crystal Williams, where her 3 children are amazing kids, Kaylin, Christian, and Cole.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much, Sine. You have been very busy this summer, and now we're going to hear from Danielle. And Danielle has worked with us since last semester. In fact, she worked solo by herself last semester and did a hefty job. So a lot of the groundwork for what Sine is doing this summer have actually been laid by Danielle. So Danielle Curtis, welcome. Please tell us what year you're in, what you're studying. Tell us more about what you've been doing.
Sure. Thank you. My name is Danielle Curtis. I am a rising senior at the University of Pennsylvania. I'm studying health and societies. It's pretty much like public health and looking into the societal determinants of healthcare in the United States. And I am looking to I'm looking to get a master's degree, possibly in nonprofit leadership. I've been working with Faith First since last semester, and I'm so thankful to have Sine on staff to help me out because it was kind of a struggle by myself. But recently I've been working with Sine on increasing our social media presence as Faith First. So we've added more content to our Facebook site, so there's more things for people to go on there and see, and to see what Faith First is doing. And we've also added a Twitter, which has been very helpful for sending out quick blurbs to our parents, or quick little links on why school choice is so important, or things like the summer slide. And we've also started an Instagram, which helps with our Faith First Friday initiative. So we put out a 15-second Instagram video on one of our students, Daniel Sawyer, and it was basically him saying why he loves his Christian school and why he's so glad to be there. So that was a very great initiative that I'm so proud to be a part of. And we also began incorporating mass mailing into our Faith First systems as a way to maintain connection with our parents, which really helped, especially when it came to our parent engagement meeting. Recently, we had the best attendance that we've ever had at a parent engagement meeting that wasn't a scholarship giving out event. And so I definitely attribute that to using this mailing system. And parents have come up to me and told me that our mailing system, reminding them the day of the event that it was happening, has helped them to attend as they would like to. Also, I've been looking into expanding Faith First into San Diego. That's one of my main roles. So I've been looking into grants there and also businesses who might be interested in donating seed money to Faith First so we can start there and then expand and help San Diego students as we've helped students in Philadelphia and Virginia.
What a hefty mission. You guys have been super busy. And the board of Faith First Educational Assistance Corporation, my husband and myself, we are indebted to you with hearts of gratitude. And you know, parents, as I've said time and time again, I am running for my life, merely running for my life. But because of these two wonderful interns this summer and Danielle last semester, it has lightened my load somewhat. And my husband can attest to that. So if you are out there and you like what you have heard, because you see that we are moving forward and advancing, all for the purpose of putting our children under the life-changing gospel of Jesus Christ. And you want to be a part of this mission. Either you want to be one of our tax credit donors in Pennsylvania. You can give your state tax dollars to us and receive up to a 90% tax credit if you do it 2 years in a row. And then when you file on your federal returns, you can also see a deduction as well. If you do it 1 year, it's 75% tax credit. And if you're in the Virginia area and you are listening, well, you know we now have a program in Virginia that will give you a 65% tax credit. That's the year of your donation, state tax credit. So if you would like to support this wonderful effort, because we serve children in Virginia, in the Hampton Roads area, we serve children in the Philadelphia and surrounding county area, and we serve children in the Scranton and surrounding county area. And as Danielle said, we are moving into San Diego. We will have an outlet there, and we're looking to do it sometime this summer or early fall. So you can see Faith First is on the move. Let me give you my number so you can contact me immediately. It's area code 215-870-9454. You'll talk to me directly. I would love to speak to you and tell you more about how you can be a part. And you can go visit our website. My husband will tell you more about that at the end of the broadcast. You can go to our website. There's a donation button there where you can donate contributions, charitable contributions, right on the spot. You don't even have to wait for your tax credits. So I'd love to hear from you. Now, with the remaining time, let me just give a couple of announcements. Parents, as you know, in the Philadelphia area, we work with another organization called Capstone Legacy Scholarship Fund. They will be having their awards program on September the 25th at Beulah Baptist Christian Day School. That is 5001-21 Spruce Streets in Philadelphia. It begins promptly at 6:30 and will end promptly at 8 o'clock. Parents, you need to be there. Now, you're probably saying, well, how will I know if I get a scholarship? You will know before that event whether or not you're one of the members or the parents that will get a scholarship. But as I always say, whether you get a scholarship or not, you need to come out to any meeting that we have, either Faith First or Capstone, so that you can rejoice with those who are rejoicing. And let me just add this. Faith First has not set its date yet, simply because we do not have our funds in yet. We're looking for those funds to come in even as we speak. And once they begin to come in, we will notify you. And as we wrap it up, I want to share a word from the scriptures, as is our objective at each broadcast. I want to go to Hebrews 11:1. Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Until next week, remember, keep your faith first.
You have been listening to Brunch with Dr. Wilson, brought to you by faithful donors of Faith First Educational Assistance Corporation. You may email Dr. Wilson at a.wilson@faithchoice.org. That is a.wilson@faithchoice.org. FAITHSCHIOICE oice.org. You may call Dr. Wilson directly at 215-870-9454. Plan to join us Saturdays at 9:45 a.m. until 10 a.m. and then again on Sundays at 3:45 p.m. to 4 p.m. And in the meantime, remember to put your faith first.